Welcome to NFL Picks Are In. This is the weekly podcast show where local clueless men try to make predictions about the NFL. Welcome your two hosts, Zach and Ryan.
Welcome to another brand new episode of NFL Picks Are In. My name is Zach, and once again, I'm joined by the one, the only, the fabulous, the Ryan, the Barbieries.
What is up, Z? How we doing?
Hey, it's getting Christmas time-ish, and you know what? I'm rocking something special for all our audio listeners.
Mm-hmm.
I got 16, baby. JG16, baby, the Gothinator.
Boy, built different.
Did you see that?
Oh yeah,
Doesn't matter. I flashed
Incredible.
the Goff LA Rams jersey with Jared Goff I'm wearing because the Lions are on fire, baby.
what'd we say? Best QB in the league.
Dude. But here's the thing about Jared Goff. I feel like he's extremely immature. Like there's younger quarterbacks than him in the league now, but I feel like he's less mature than like Trevor Lawrence.
A question for you: Is
Yeah.
it immaturity or stupidity?
Yeah, that's
Which
the
one
thing.
we talk? I guess maybe they go hand in hand, but
Right. He seems like a bigger bro than like Trevor Lawrence. And even Trevor Lawrence hasn't even evolved into short hair quarterback yet. He's still long hair college quarterback. Like Justin Herbert evolved last season, right? He went through the evolution. He's like do and he like evolved, cut his hair. But like Jared still feels like he's stage one, like bro college quarterback.
he needs to grow it out.
Yeah, maybe he needs to do the reverse.
Yeah, there we go.
So, yeah. Okay. You ready for Christmas? Do you celebrate that?
Do I celebrate? Of course I celebrate, Zach. Do you celebrate it?
Hard. Celebrate it hard.
What makes it hard?
Dude, I just go so hard with everything I do. I do it big. No, I'm like a big vibe guy. So like if like in my mind, in my heart, it's like, okay, it's Christmas time. I'm all in Christmas.
Right.
Give me the hot drink. Give me the spiced apple cider. Give me the Christmas sweater. Give me the snowy vibes. Give me the Christmas music. Give me the crazy mall. I'll take it all. But as soon as it's like off the vibe, I don't want anything to do with it.
Fair.
Yeah.
One last Christmas question. How many Christmas movies have you watched so far?
Probably about a dozen.
Whoa, big number.
Yeah.
All
Let me
right.
give a shout out to some. Spirited, the new Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell movie on Apple TV. Okay. Just okay.
That's
But
good for a Christmas movie, though.
yeah, it was watchable. It was a new watchable one. Watch the new Lindsay Lohan movie. And you're like,
Banger.
Lindsay Lohan's like alive and can like function in a like a studio environment enough to make a movie. Yeah, that's the only reason I watched it. And yeah, it was worse than Spirited, but still watchable.
High praise.
Yeah. But more than medium, like actually in somewhat enjoyable, the new Disney Plus, the Santa Claus show based on the Tim Allen Santa Claus movies.
No way.
Actually decent.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
good to know.
Yeah. So if you have Disney Plus and you enjoyed Tim Allen and the Santa Claus movies, I would recommend to watch. That's it. That is our Christmas review podcast.
That's it.
So check it out. I feel like I kind of gave up a little bit halfway through the season. It was a little bit too wild for me, like in fantasy and pick'em and like knowing who's who in the zoo. Like I feel like we said a lot, but it's like it took a lot out of me. And I feel like now that we're on the back half of the season.
Mhm.
The playoffs are like in sight. We're gonna get like a basically an eliminated team every single week now until
Mm.
at least one. Um, I just seen all the predictions like, okay, the Rams are technically still in it, but like Jets have to win 3 games, like, all these crazy
Yeah, yeah,
things. Like
yeah.
it's like I don't even remember them. There's like 5 things that have to happen every single week. But it's like I'm a little relieved. I'm a little like
Mm.
happy just to get into playoffs. Like to know the playoff picture will be like, okay, we made it. Now we can like reset, get ready for next year.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know if that's
totally.
like relatable or crazy talk.
I mean, yeah, you have a tough go, right? Trying to keep up with the NFL. I mean, that's hard for you, Zach. I get it,
Mhm,
right? It's hard. It's
mhm.
hard. But no, I know what you mean, though. It's like it's especially with the extra game.
Mhm.
Like you don't think like, oh, one extra week, whatever, it's fine. But it actually is like the mental, like, oh, we're week 14, week 15. It feels like you should be like there, but you're not. So
Right.
anyway, I'm just excited
Okay.
for this chop season to be done. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm over. On to next year.
But I mean, I'm trying to hedge my emotionalness, and I'm expecting there'll be a little bit of like we're on the chop peak right now.
Mm-hmm.
Next year there'll be less, but there'll still be some chop. And then hopefully season after that we're back to like somewhat normalness.
Mm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. We just need some good teams to just be good. Is
Yeah.
that, I mean, that's probably too much to ask for. Just, hey, just be consistent. But here we are.
Who's been well, never mind. I kind of know this. Let's go on our picks. We got a lot of picks to look at there.
Yeah. Let's get it. Yeah.
Okay, Thursday night, we got San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. We got 49ers favored by 3.5 points.
Seattle bad.
Seattle's definitely not as hype. There was definitely a buy low and we sold. If you sold like 3 weeks ago, you made some money. And
We missed the off
now,
ramp, I'll tell you that.
yeah. I mean, now you're definitely buying after the peak. Like,
right. Yeah. We missed the exit. Now we're trying to find like the exit to turn around it and come back towards
right.
where we're trying to get off. And we're underwater. Let's just say that.
Right.
So I don't know.
Okay.
Gino, he is who we thought he was, right? Like
Yeah.
the entire season, he's like, you know what, Gino, not bad, but each game he would throw a couple balls that were like, that was,
Right.
but just ignore it. But anyway.
So Brock Purdy, greatest quarterback in the league?
That's a little premature, but I'd say top 4.
I mean, he beat the GOAT in his first game ever.
That's true. What can you do?
Like his
Right,
first start ever, and he beats the greatest quarterback. No one's ever done that in the history of ever.
That's true. So I'm okay. You beat me. I don't have a retort to that. You're right. I think he might be. Do you think he's the best quarterback in the league or best quarterback ever?
I mean, if you beat the GOAT, you are the GOAT. So
okay, yeah. True.
But here's something I learned. I didn't know if this was common knowledge about Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant in the draft.
Explain.
So he was the last pick of the draft, which is given the reward of the title of Mr. Irrelevant. Is that
right? I'm pretty sure he was like pretty good high school QB, pretty good college QB. He just went to like the small school and all that stuff, right? Is that the story we're hearing?
I mean, research wasn't. He was Mr. Irrelevant, so we don't have a big enough research team to get on it.
That's true. That's true. We need at least 10 staff for that. So
I mean,
anyway.
But I thought that was a fun fact. I'm like, I would like to look at all the Mr. Irrelevants for the past like 10 years and see where they landed. And probably none of them have beat the GOAT in their first game.
That's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah. But I wonder if any of them have actually done anything. Is he the best Mr. Irrelevant in the past like 10, 20 years? I bet he's.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good chance.
I'd say yes. I put $100 saying yes.
Well, if San Fran makes it into the playoffs, and then let's say he goes and wins one game, I think Jimmy G's gonna be out for that long. Then like for sure, like that's got to be unreal. Like
that's better than most first round picks, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this guy better than Nick Foles? Like this is crazy. Like
we don't mention Nick Foles' podcast anymore, Zach.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We're not worthy.
Sorry. Okay, what do you feel about this game? San Fran and Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going with your boys. San Fran, their defense, like they just need to score 20 points and they're fine, right? And I think Purdy and just Shanahan be able to run the ball. McCaffrey's, knock on some wood, still alive. So give me 49ers. Seahawks bad. Geno not great. That's it.
So the other thing which you've said, and I admit you were right, I wasn't defending your point that say injuries. Mm-hmm. You were saying it. It's on record. As soon as I said San Francisco is the greatest team ever in ever existence, you said maybe, but injuries. And I said I don't retort that, but those are a what if. And they have suffered 2 injuries. Deebo Samuels will be out this game, but expected to be back before the regular season and for sure the playoffs. So that does hinder them a bit. They're losing. I think if they lose their weapons, obviously they're no good. So
yeah, good point. Good analysis. Solid.
But I think I still lean San Fran here. The only thing, divisional game. You know how we feel about divisional games. Freaking flip a coin, baby.
Honestly, I just think San Fran's defense will be better than Seattle's offense. That's it.
That's the type of math equation I love. This offense is better than this defense. Chop chop. Okay, I'll lock in San Fran as well. Make it happen. Okay, Saturday morning. We got 3 Saturday morning games. Hell yeah. December 17th. We got Indy at Minnesota. Minnesota favored by 4.5 points.
Wow. Incredible line last week, hey?
Yeah, like, do you see it? I think I sent you the tweet. It's like, so last week, Minnesota Jets were favored. And it's like, and then Jets won. And is that right? Lions. Oh, yes. Sorry. Why did I say Jets? Yes. So Vikings, Lions were favored. Lions won. And I saw that tweet. I was like, what did Vegas know that we didn't? Like,
my question is, was it Vegas like setting the lines, or did some sharp just put on a fat position and shift the lines all the way to Detroit? Like, were the sharps just so on Detroit here that they had to, like, Vegas had to shift the lines? Because if so, that's balls. That's good. I respect that.
Yeah, when people talk about like secret governments, conspiracies, I don't believe that stuff. But we talk about sports betting, that's when there's big sports bet, big conspiracies. Like, I want to know the inside scoops of all these moves. That's what I care about. That's what I believe in.
Yes.
So, okay, so Minnesota lost to the Lions. I mean, my boy Jared's just blowing up. So,
guy cannot be stopped.
Yeah.
So. This game, I
just want to go on record. I have flipped. If you're thinking, isn't Zach think the Lions are going to lose every game? Didn't he say that? Yeah, I did. I'm pulling a complete 180. I'm all in the Lions train now. Jared Goff is the greatest guy ever. No, but he's lost. Well, he's won the last 5 out of 6 games, something like that. So, yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about Minnesota? You like that? You feel confident now, or?
No. Well, apparently, the advanced stats say they're the worst. They were the worst 10-2 team of all time. So now they're 10-3. So I don't know. They're at home. Indy still, like, who knows? They're very chop. So no, thank you. Don't want anything to do with them. I'll take the home team. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I think there's a couple factors here. Yeah, someone saw something in the Lions. They're putting up tons of points, so they actually have some fight in them. Yeah, Vikings defense isn't great. Their offense can be productive sometimes, not on other times. So I don't know. I'm kind of nervous here about their offense producing enough points to win. Because they put up 23 against Lions, but Lions don't have a great defense. Lions get a lot of points put up against them. So Minnesota, it's like, okay, yeah, you can move the ball, but is there going to be enough points scored here against Indy? Because Indy will score some points. I'm confident about that. But I'm hesitant, but I don't know if I have enough scaredness to go against Minnesota. They're kind of still pretty safe bet here. That's the line. I'm not feeling too crazy this week, so I think I'm gonna lock in Minnesota, but definitely some hesitation here.
Fair.
Okay. Baltimore at Cleveland, and it's Cleveland favored by 2.5 points.
Ooh, Deshaun, here we go. How many injuries on Baltimore? It's just one of these teams that is just getting shot after shot, week after week. They just keep getting blown up, and it's just at some point they just like, I don't know how they kept winning these games, to be honest. So Deshaun though looks bad. He looks like he hasn't played in 2 years. So it's like, okay, give you some room to find your stuff, but this is gonna be a chop game. You have no idea what's going to happen. I guess I'm going to go with the home team. I think if they can just keep the ball in front of them, run the ball, just put their head down, don't do anything stupid, and they should have some time for success. But at the same time, are they just going to like let Deshaun kind of figure his stuff out, let him throw some balls, go a little wild, because they have nothing to play for, and it's just Deshaun practice time, right? Why would they try to like win like very conservatively if they know they just need Deshaun to get a rhythm for the offense, rhythm for his receivers, just get back into it. So why not just gunsling some stuff, right? So that's where I'm a bit concerned about going Cleveland. I think that could bite them in the ass. But Baltimore, everyone's hurt. Everyone's just kind of I don't know, don't really want to touch them right now. So I'm going to go the home team, but like I said, I don't love it.
This is a tough game to pick. Like, you got the Browns who put up 10 points against the Bengals. Yeah, you're talking about Deshaun. What's going to happen? That's the big X factor. We know Baltimore's hurt. No Lamar. Barely beaten the Steelers last week. 16 points against 14 to the Steelers. Yeah, Ravens, I think, will have a real hard time to produce any points here. Now, the question is what you're saying is like, will Cleveland, Deshaun be able to pull something together to move the ball? I just don't have any confidence in that. Like, but, you know, let's say it's 6 against 3, you know, kind of thing. It's like, that's what I feel like could easily happen. Like,
oh, totally.
This is tough. I'm gonna go Baltimore just to be different than you. That's my only factor.
Choppy.
Okay, we got the Fins Saturday night. Ooh, Dolphins at Buffalo Bills. Buffalo favored by 7.5 points. That's a little bit of that line's a little bit disrespectful, but that's fine. That's fine.
All right. So Z, as the Fins fan here, how you feeling about Tua? How are we doing here?
Tua's has probably been the most roller coaster ride of people being up and down. He's probably like one of the most controversial or one of the most divisive like opinion is if he's good or bad. Like it's like he's the best in the league at targeting. He sucks, he's a wash, he will never do anything. Like both things could be said about him in the same week. So I think he's definitely better than worse.
Okay.
He's getting better. He's got progressively better. I think Daniels has been a great coach for him. You know, there's been some things about how he's just said he believed in him and he just spoke truth. He's like, "You're good, man." I can't remember what the story was. He just, what did he say? Did you hear about this? Anyways,
No,
it
you're the
was.
Finns fan here.
I know I can't. It's just I'm drawing a blank right now. But he did something kind of cheesy and
Right.
just
Right.
said you're great. I think he like wrote him a letter. Or something. I don't know. But
Made him a
then
poem.
Tua said like, you know what? I was kind of down on myself. I had a hard year, but you just gotta start believing in yourself. So I think he's definitely on the up and up.
Hmm.
And I think he's got the right coaching staff, the right team, the right structure where it's like, we are good. We just have to keep doing our thing. We're going to have some wins. We're going to have some losses. But I think overall, it's going to be an upward trajectory if all things stay the same. Now, Buffalo's a good team. That being said, Buffalo's a great team. I don't think 7.5. That line's too high. We're looking at 4 or 5. That's a fair line. Buffalo should be favored. Now here. So all that being said, now becomes the question: can Buffalo get a 4.5 spread upset? I'm really tempted. I'm tempted. It's a divisional game. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, Tua's on the slide here, man. Tua's on the slide, and I don't think we're at his destination yet. It's tough. I mean, tough when Tyreek's not a big factor. Tough when his Waddle's invisible. It's just like I think Tyreek has been his godsend for his NFL career. Honestly, his guardian angel. If he didn't have Tyreek Hill, I think we'd still be in the exact same situation we were last year. So I don't have a lot of faith into if things kind of break down in his progressions. Not good. And I think Buffalo, yeah, I think Allen might be hurt, maybe. Like, I hope he's hurt or something because he just does not look the same. However, this game, I feel pretty good about Buffalo. I just don't think Tua is going to be able to travel well. Just looking at it here, got the research report. It's going to be minus 3. I feel like minus 3, and that's not going to be good for the Miami team, right? So
that's not good Florida weather.
No. So there's no way you can go Tua in the Finns here. Just not a chance. Give me Buffalo. Yeah, maybe they don't win by 7, but I think it'll be around there. Maybe 6.5, like 6, win by 6. Maybe they win by 8, but it'll be, I think, in that zone.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm gonna stick with the favor here, Buffalo. I think if anything, they sneak it out in the last kind of drive, last quarter there. If they are going to pull out a Miami miracle again, it's definitely be a close game and a good game and a great Saturday night game. Cancel your plans, lock the kids up, turn on the TV.
Amen, brother.
Okay, Sunday morning, we got the bulldozer game of the week. We got Kansas City at Houston Texans, and we got Kansas favored by 13.5 points.
Woo. Do you think they cover?
I don't actually know. Like, Kansas City is a team that just totally plays to their opponent. Like,
oh yeah,
at one point, Houston will be up by a touchdown some point in this game easily. They'll probably be 7-0. I bet it'll be 14-0 out at like the first half. And then Kansas City will tie it up and then come back and probably win by a touchdown, maybe 10 points. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, is this Houston Super Bowl, right? So yeah, maybe they get up and figure something out for a little bit. But yeah, this is just like an unstoppable, perpetual motion machine that is the KC Chiefs. Doesn't matter as long as they got Reed and Mahomes, they're good to go. So anyway, no thanks on Houston. Give me KC. That's it.
Yeah, KC all the way. You gotta. Okay, the next game is Pittsburgh at Carolina, and we got Carolina favored by 2.5 points. So here's a question.
Yeah.
Are the Panthers gonna make the playoffs?
I hope so, man. Sorry, TB12, but Carolina's on fuego. I think they can do it. I hope they do it.
I see just as much likely as Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl as the Panthers making the playoffs. And I'm not saying that, you're like, oh, both of those things aren't very likely. No. I think both of those things are very likely to happen. It's a very good chance that neither of those things would surprise me. That's what I'm saying. Is that
right. Those are the two timelines we're diverging at right now.
Right.
It's
like
either
which
TV
one is
12,
it going to
Super
be?
Bowl, Carolina makes playoffs. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, Carolina's looking good. Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
I mean, they've impressed me a bit. They're 5-8, like better than it looked like at some points in the season. They've kind of scrapped together some wins, which is honestly like good for them. But I'm riding the hot hand. I'm getting on this bandwagon. We're going for the playoffs. Let's go Panthers. Panthers cross. Am I right?
Yes, go.
That's it.
I just want to say, too, this is a little bit pet peeve of mine about tanking. The idea of tanking, teams tanking for better playoff picks, for better futures. I think that might be true in your dynasty fantasy football league. I don't think anyone tanks in the NFL. Like, we have to understand every single year, every player is playing for their job. Every coach is playing for their job. They're not playing for dynasties and Super Bowls and like making a name for themselves. They're playing for a multi-million dollars next year, and then multi-million dollars. What?
They're playing for America.
They're playing for
They're playing for freedom, Zach.
They're playing for freedom. Like when they traded away CMC, it's like, and then they won the next week. It's like everyone's like, what are they doing? Like they're going out there and trying to win because they still have a chance. Like it's only a couple wins. Every team is only a couple wins from making the playoffs. Maybe not right now, but I'm just in general, that's usually the case. Like there's not that many games. A few wins make a big difference. So yeah, maybe the second last week of the season, yeah, we might start sit some guys, but that's what tanking is sitting guys. Not every single player on the field is still going to try their best. They're still going to try to win the game. So that's my take, because I feel like fans expect teams to lose so much. It's like nobody goes out on a field and like, we're going to lose this game. We want to lose this game. If that was true, they just wouldn't show up. Like, we'll just take the loss. Like, so anyways, that pisses me off.
Where'd that come from?
End of rant.
All right. I'm in. Let's tank.
Yeah. Also, Rams are tanking this Sunday.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, what pick though?
Give me Panthers, I guess. Yeah. I'll take the Panthers. Because of course, obviously they're not tanking now. They have a legitimate chance to make the playoffs. So and any team will always take a playoff chance is the most important thing for the players, for the coach, and for the ownership, because a playoff game gives you that much more money. It's like legitimately more money, and that's what it's all about. Bottom line is the dollars. So okay. Next we got Detroit at the New York Jets.
Oh, these are kind of our teams.
Let's go. Woo. Detroit favored by half a point.
Ooh.
That's a good line. I like that line.
That's tough.
Yeah.
The thing with the Jets, you have to be playing really good to beat them, I think. Like you have to have a good game to like come out with a victory. So that's the one concerning thing I have with Detroit. It's like, yeah, I mean, Jared Goff, best QB of his generation, but is it going to have it this Sunday? I don't know. What do you feel? What do you lean?
Because this line is so close, I'm going to pick Jets. Like,
okay.
It's pretty easy pick for me to just pick the Jets. I think I know I came here hot on the Lions and Jared Goff, but I still can't shake the narrative. It's like it doesn't turn out well for the Lions in any multiverse. Like it's always, there's no timeline where it turns out well for them. So, 5 games. I could definitely see them win. This is gonna be a tough game. I think it's gonna be a really close game, but I'm just gonna pick the Jets here. Like I think, yeah, it's gonna be. Although, yeah, I think this is a good offense against a good defense. The Lions offense is good. The Jets defense is good, but the Jets offense is not good, and the Lions defense is not good. So, yeah, I don't know what that means.
We got the formula. We don't have the equipment. You don't have the answer.
Yeah.
Shoot. Oh man, that's tough. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jets just because I think they're actually like a legitimate football team. They play hard. They play like somewhat not like they don't hurt themselves too much now that Zach's gone.
Right.
So, I mean, we'll see what happens with the QB position throughout the week. But if they can move the ball a little bit, I just think they're just a hard team to beat. They're tough. And I don't know, is Detroit going to be able to go against that successfully? I don't know. I think it'll be a very ugly, close game. Might be pretty fun, though. But I'm going to go Jets. Don't feel good about it. But yeah, give me Joe Namath and the Jets.
Oh, baby. Okay, next game we got Dallas at Jacksonville. And this game we got Dallas favored by 4.5 points.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Seems fine.
How do you feel about the Cowboys?
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
Beat you to it.
That's the question. Like, they're solid. They're good. Tony Pollard is like the new Zeke, man. That guy's on fire, man. Sucks for every fantasy owner that had Zeke, but not if you picked up Tony Pollard.
Yeah, that's a league winner right there.
Yeah, Tony is the guy. Let's just say that. The Cowboys just picked up T.Y. Hilton, right?
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
I guess so. You
I
don't
saw
lie about that stuff. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean Dallas was flirting with OBJ, decided against that. So I guess they're just trying to shore up some of their offense. But I don't know, man. How do you feel about Dak? Is he good? Is he decent even?
He's definitely decent. I think the thing that goes against him is all of his injuries. If you don't have someone that's able to complete a season, there's always an excuse for that guy. He's hurt. Well, they didn't have this thing. He's never completed it. He's never shown it. So, I mean, this is probably the best chance he has. This is the year. If he doesn't show up now, then no, you're not good. But he's got one last chance on my Bucks. This is the season. And I'm praying he doesn't get hurt. The injury gods are just after this season. Do you think there's been more injuries this season than like other seasons past? It feels like it.
Yeah, yes and no, maybe. I don't know. There's been like a lot of, I feel like, has there been like a lot of stars hurt? I feel there's been a lot of like good players, but aren't like quite stars hurt, which like sucks, but also doesn't. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to go through all the teams right now and look at like all the injuries. And yeah, you might be right. It feels like there's
but like a lot of good players are hurt. A lot of them. So which sucks. But anyway, Dallas. Yeah, definitely no brainer here. Going Cowboys.
Yeah.
Let it ride. But I don't know. I'm very curious to see how they do in the playoffs. And it's way more fun when the Cowboys are good.
Everyone's happier when the Cowboys are good. The meme channels are not as happy.
Oh.
Because it's easy content to make fun of the Cowboys. It's just easy. It's like they don't even get up from out of bed to make those memes, NFL memes. Them. It's just like, yeah, we dumb boys, we get it. Like put up for the funny faces. The meme channels don't even try, But let's make them work this year, dem boys. Cowboys all the way. Let's go. Let's ride. Cowboys, let's ride.
Wrong team.
Nope. The Broncos have to give up that. They don't deserve it anymore.
That's
the
fair.
Cowboys get to ride.
Nice.
The Cowboys are so good, they get on to the Broncos. And then they get all that they have. The Broncos should fold as an organization. And then the Cowboys logo can just be a cowboy on a Bronco. And then they get to go, Cowboys, let's ride.
That's a beautiful thing.
Okay. Philadelphia Eagles at Chicago Bears. Eagles favored by 8.5 points. Good line, good team. Lock in the Eagles. Easy for me.
Really sucks that you said the Eagles were not a very good team earlier in the season, eh? You're like, oh, Eagles, biggest chop team I've ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think.
Tough.
I think if they're in the Super Bowl, though, okay, they're playing in the Super Bowl. I'd be like, there's no way they're winning. I wouldn't still feel, I'd be like, no, they're not going to win. Like,
I'd put $500 on the Eagles right then and there.
I'm admitting that I could be wrong in saying that, like fully wrong. It's just in my brain. It's just not clicking that it's like,
you're just shorting all the way up.
I just don't see it like into losing money. And I'll be like, yeah, it was weird that something, was broken. Like the universe kind of misstep there. Like, all right,
glitch.
It's universe. You'll get it next year, I guess. Like, I'm not even. Eagles aren't part of the equation in my mind. So,
all right, fair enough. Eagles, anyway, lock it in.
Yeah. Okay. Atlanta at New Orleans. What's the line here? New Orleans favored by 3.5 points.
Really?
I'm not fucking shitting you, bro.
What? How is this game just like? I guess they're home, but I feel like this game's like 1.5.
Yeah, it's a good line.
I have no read on this game, like 0.
I agree. It's like what? This like doesn't matter.
It honestly doesn't matter. Flip a coin. Both these teams, you have no idea what you're gonna get. You could have the most eloquent like analysis, but again, you just don't know week in and week out. But I'm feeling Atlanta just because I wanna, I just think they can move the ball maybe a bit better than the Saints. So that's the only thing I kind of like, although they are away, which is not great for the Falcons, but I'm going to lock in the Falcons. Don't really care.
I kind of was leaning that too. Both teams coming off a bye. So that's kind of fun. But I'll just go Saints. I'll just go Saints because that's opposite. But I was kind of feeling Atlanta. But
okay. All right.
But I think that's like you feel them a little bit more because they're the underdog. You're like, yeah, I'll take the dog. But
sure.
Whatever. Okay. Well, this game's gonna suck. Arizona at Broncos. Broncos favored by 2.5 points.
Oh man, is Russ playing?
I think Russ is playing. Kyler Murray is out for the year, so that's sad.
So that's good for the Cardinals.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man. That's not nice. Don't say that. It's really sad. He was my quarterback in my dynasty team. So
you're having a good year. Yeah. Denver showed some signs of life last week, and then Russ got hurt. So that's like, oh wow, they finally put something together, and actually no. So I'm gonna ride that. Let's ride with the Broncos. Hopefully they can keep some sort of momentum, like just like a fraction of that, because that's all they need. Because like we said, I think last week the crazy stat of them, if they like just scored, like if they were just like the second worst team offensively in the NFL, they'd be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're just so far behind last. It's just not even like computable. It doesn't make any sense. So anyway, hopefully for like a 10% carryover from the end of last game. So give me the Bronx, but I don't know who cares.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the most fun competition to watch this year is Russell Wilson versus the amount of bathrooms that he has in his house. And that line is 13. Can Russell Wilson throw more touchdowns than he has bathrooms? And not looking good for Riss. So
does he actually have 13 bathrooms?
Yeah, he actually has 13 bathrooms in his house.
How big of a house do you need to have 13 bathrooms? Like, that's out of hand.
I mean, I live in a basement suite and I have 2, so pretty good.
I guess so, but 13, that's what? That's like you live with like you own like a little townhouse compound. Like, you know what I mean? You're just like
The guy poops.
Like,
all right.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, market territory. I guess you married to Sierra, so what can you do?
Yeah. What do you have? Like, yeah, it is kind of crazy. Like 5 or 6 seems like reasonable. Like, okay, I can get that. Like, I mean, but we're all saying this. We each have 13 bathrooms in our house because obviously this podcast is so big and we're so rich.
Well, I mean, that's a bit of a falsehood, Zach. I only have 10, so I appreciate you pumping my tires, but
you're a modest man. Honestly, that's why you win the award of best podcast host every single episode because you're so modest.
Wow, you're the host and I win the award. That sucks for you.
You're the host too. Give me Arizona.
Oh,
give me Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Denver's got nothing. Here's the thing. Russell Wilson, I don't know where it's leaning. I didn't talk to my beat reporter this morning. He's in concussion protocol. So who knows, but 50-50 if he'll play or not. I feel like if you get a concussion that exits you the game, then you're probably 50-50 now. I feel like they're a little bit tighter on concussion protocol now. So, I mean, I have no idea, but I'd bet money that he's not going to play, but he totally could. But Broncos, man, it's just, yeah. Jerry Jeudy was like, the 1 week that I didn't play him in any of my fantasy leagues, just been holding him on my bench and he goes off. But I don't know. Arizona's decent. Colt McCoy, decent. He's serviceable. So
I cannot believe how long I've heard that name for.
Yeah, I know.
Colt McCoy.
He's a vet. He knows how to throw a football, man. So
I guess so.
He's already got some like experience playing this season. So that's what also like it's like they know what it's like to play without Kyler. And so it's like, okay, they're still in the game. That's why I feel like if Broncos don't have Russ, they'll be just distraught. Like they don't even know what's going on. So but if Russ obviously plays, it will be a game. But give me Arizona.
All right.
That's right. Okay. New England at Las Vegas. New England favored by 0.5 point.
Oh, dude, my Vegas record this year is just it is 5 or it is 5-8. It's 5-8. Because every time I pick them to win, they lose. Every time I pick them to lose, they win. And it's beautiful.
Wait, what wouldn't it be? Wouldn't you
I'm 5-8 with Vegas. Picking for them to win.
But that's their record.
Right.
Wouldn't it be 0-0? Like 0 and 13?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I don't know, man. This is what they do to me. They confuse me just by looking at them. I just can't do it. I don't know, man. I hate the Raiders. I don't hate the Raiders. I hate picking for the Raiders or against the Raiders. I just can't do it no matter what happens. So this week, we're just going to jump on the bandwagon. We're going to go back to what we said early in the season. We think they're going to be a decent team with a decent offense and decent coach. Is that true? I don't know, but I like their chances against the Pats. They're not Pats are not good. Barely beat the Cardinals. Ugh, that's not great. So, and they're staying out there apparently on the West Coast. So again, that's just another like tired team. Just like I don't know. If you were a player, would you want to stay on like the coast or fly back and then back and forth? If you had like a game back to back like the next week on the same coast.
Ooh, good question. I think fly back. I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know what world is like being. I don't like staying in a hotel room like that long because it feels like I'm just like waiting to be like.
Totally.
So I think I'd rather go home. Their planes are private anyways, so it's not like flying commercial. It's like you get leg room, you get good snacks, you're with it with like all your coworkers. So it's not like you're like I'm stuck on this plane. So I think fly back.
Yeah. Yeah. Although you do lose like a day, or I guess you kind of lose like an extra day to
5 hours.
travel and stuff, but it's 5 hours, but you have to like land and get to the hotel, get all stuff there, and then travel to all that stuff. So, but whatever. I agree though. I just sleeping in hotels is tiresome. Honestly, it's not fun. So another strike against the Pats. Also, they're like not that good. So.
The other thing though, well, New England to Vegas, not quite like it's not quite LA. It's like you got like 30 minutes like shorter. So it's like
well, they went from New England to Arizona.
Right,
and
right.
Now it's Arizona to Vegas.
Right. Wait, are they staying in Arizona? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see your question. I guess that makes sense because that's not just like coast to coast. That's like corner to corner too.
Yeah, a little bit.
I wonder how long that flight is.
That's traversing.
Not that this matters, but it's kind of interesting, so I keep wanting to talk about it. I feel like as an NFL player, you have to get good at sleeping in a hotel because a lot of times, like you'll go to a new team for like lots of players when they get signed on a team for training practice for like however long that is until they make the roster, they're just like, I'm gonna stay in a hotel. Like the team will put you up because there's a good chance you're not even making the team. So I feel like as an NFL player, you gotta get really good at sleeping in a hotel.
Right, totally.
So if I were to be an NFL player, I feel like I'd develop that skill and then it wouldn't be a factor to me. So
I don't know. I don't know how you develop that skill. I think you just put up with it.
It's something of the job, I think, right? Like your job, there's things that you don't have to do, but you do it enough, you get good at it. You're like, it's not my favorite thing, but it doesn't affect me because I got other priorities. So
okay, fair enough.
So should we start a new podcast on I don't know what this topic is, but we can talk about it.
How pro athletes sleep.
I feel like I'm influenced because of TikTok. I've seen so many more like NFL players give us like the inside scoop on like how travel works and how like the details work, which I really appreciate. It's been great.
Totally. Super interesting.
Yeah. Give me New England. Raiders lost to Baker Mayfield, who was in LA for 2 days. He knew 4 plays and he did the longest drive in NFL history to win the game, 94 yards. Give me New England.
I don't know if you know this, but Baker Mayfield's really good.
Yeah, he is the best. He is. I did hear he brought his RV with him, so which he made Stafford sleep in. He's like, I'm starting. You have to listen to me. I don't care if you have a wife and kids. You have to sleep in the RV, bitch.
Fair play.
So, I don't know. Yeah, give me New England. I have zero conviction over that pick. Just FYI. So,
which picks do you have conviction
in? Let me. After we pick all of them, let me give you my 2 to 3 most convicted picks.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
It'll be a little new segment we'll do. Okay, Cincinnati at Tampa Bay. Cincinnati favored by 3.5 points.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with this awful Tampa Bay team. Brady's year just keeps, we talk about it every week. It just keeps on getting better. Just one. He's had 45 good years. It's time to have one not so good. I mean, I think that's fair, Tom. Honestly, like you've had 45 amazing years.
Give us one, dude. Give us.
I guess 44.
One.
Yeah. So it's like please. So I think you're okay. Hopefully, he comes back to New England next year for a little swan song. But I don't want anything to do with the Bucks. Their team just, I don't know, it's just kind of falling apart, kind of at the seams everywhere. So I don't like it. And we need this for the Carolina playoff picture, right? So we're buying into there. And Cincinnati, like we said last week, they've pulled it out. I was very concerned at the beginning of the year, but they've really turned it around, and I'm impressed.
Wouldn't Tom go to San Fran way more than New England?
But why would they sign Tom? They have
Jimmy,
their guys in the wings ready to go. Trey Lance, like I think it's Trey Lance season next year. You know what I mean?
I feel like as a franchise, basically there's a few franchises that you like have your starting quarterback, but if there's any question who your starting quarterback is, I feel like as a franchise, as an owner, you're like sign Tom, like because he's gonna sell tickets and he's gonna get like I don't care if we lose 4 or 5 more games because we have a worse quarterback than what we could have. Like it will be fun, it will be enjoyable, it will be successful.
Right, and I think honestly, San Fran is probably his like number one destination. To be honest with you, good team, and it's a childhood team, right? So I feel like he wants that, but I don't know if they want him, especially after this year.
Yeah,
you just can't move.
He is old.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, give me Cincinnati. And spoiler alert, it's not going to be one of my conviction teams, I tell you.
No way.
Tennessee at Chargers. Chargers favored by 2.5 points.
Chargers, man. Chargers being Chargers. Titans being Titans. You know what I mean? Like, what can you say? Yeah, Chargers should win this game. Like we said all year, Titans aren't that good, but they're really well coached and they can just pound the rock. So that's like what they have going for them. But if the Chargers pull out ahead at any point of time, the Titans are their tires are stuck in them some mud there. So, but the Chargers cannot get out their own way, like at all. Like every week, it's something else. So, I will begrudgingly choose the Chargers. Don't love it, but I mean, I'll go with the better quarterback and the home team. Although, like, I don't know how many fans are going to be.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be 50% Rams fans there.
Yeah, I guess so.
Give me Chargers. Okay, Sunday Night Football. How did this not get flexed? Giants at Commanders. Commanders favored by 4.5 points.
What do you mean not flex, man? They're 2 7-5 teams in this NFC East. Biggest market in the league, man.
I don't care about this game at all.
Out of here. Who would you rather have?
Give me Giants, baby. Lock in Giants.
Oh, I'm going the commies all the way. They've been my team the entire season, and they're one of those like, oh, I like picking the commies. And I hate the Giants. I truly do. So they're not as annoying because go ahead.
No, you say your thing.
They're not as annoying because of their kind of recent history of incompetence. But I don't know, it's just something with the Giants. I'm like, no, thank you. Definitely my least favorite NFC East team.
Yeah, it's hard for me. Like we're just saying again, this is the transition season. It's hard to get my brain wrapped around the fact that both these teams aren't complete trash. You know, so
fair
it's
point.
like, yeah, like I need the season, but give me Giants because whatever. And here's the thing, like 2, 3, 4 years ago, probably three would be the prime of this. You would be like, why are the Giants in Washington playing Sunday night football? And then Monday night, they should be playing because that's always a garbage game. And this team, LA Rams versus Green Bay Packers, should be Sunday night. But now I look at this and it's like, oh, this is the garbage game because both these teams are garbage. So,
oh, that's good. That's a good test. It's like is like the flow chart. Is your team playing on Monday night? Yes.
Right.
Your team is bad.
Yes. And so this was a sad reality when I looked at this Monday night game, Rams, Green Bay. Okay. These teams are both trash. Okay. That's fair. I'm getting it. So yeah, Monday night, LA Rams at Green Bay Packers. Packers favored by a disrespectful line of 7.5. Don't they?
Whoa,
Vegas
hello.
didn't get notified that Baker.
Yeah, Baker's team, dude. Baker's planet. Baker's league. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go home team. I'll go the Packers because why not? It'll probably be cold. Rams are gonna be like, ouch, it hurts. So I don't love that. Both these teams are very just like barely have a pulse. Like they're all both on life support. But yeah, like I said, I'll go the home team, but I'll go the better QB, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Green Bay too.
That sounds about right. That sums it up.
The one thing you said about the cold, though, Baker is used to the cold. He hasn't been in LA long enough to be acclimated to the sunshines and the surfing. So he might be the fight that they need. No, I don't have any faith in Baker, but it definitely makes it fun for the last bit of the season.
Right, yeah. No, it is fun. There's like at least like I can I'll see what happens in the Rams game.
Yeah.
But if they didn't have Baker, it'd be just like just end me.
Totally. So I'm super happy they signed him because it's like, oh, now this is fun to watch.
Right, totally.
But it doesn't make me think that they have a chance. So lock in Green Bay. And a total points score for that game. Do you have it? I have to look up the line.
I'll give you a 41.
41, sir. The line's 39.5. So give me 38. I'll go a little bit lower. Picks are in. Picks are in. Okay, let's quickly look at the leaders of our league.
Tough scene.
A super tough scene. We're doing long this episode, but that's cool. Our show will go as long as we damn well please. This week, Yak Man, which is my dad, he came first. Trust the process missed it by 1 point in the tie def. So huge shout out to Trust the Process.
Wow.
If he would have had 2 more points on his tie def, he would have won. Then I had 7 and 6. You had 7 and 6. And Nikki Neindorf still in first place. So
all right, come on, Turkey's pick makers.
Turkey's pick makers and Yakman have moved into second over C. McNichol. So that's been a lot of a fun development there.
Ooh, that is fun. Come on.
And only 4 picks on Nikki Neindorf. So
doable. Very doable.
Very doable. So that's it. That's it. Anything to leave the people with?
Zach, you ask me this every week, and I think about it long and hard every single week. And unfortunately, this week I have nothing again.
No, that's not unfortunately. That's fortunately you have nothing. Make sure to follow us on all the things and do the things. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are fantastic. You keep this engine rolling, revving like a Jaguar every single week. Thanks so much for listening, and we will see you next week. Bye.